Hello, everybody, and welcome back to our weekly blueprint stream. Uh, I'm very bloody excited to get into today, well, this day being day 71, apparently. But just this previous day and previous stream, we did uncover a new room, the throne room, behind our Blackbridge Grotto server chambers. We were able to uncover all of the microchips throughout the house, which let us unlock a couple of things. I have to look back into one of them, a big satellite dish, which seems to mess with some of the emails and other information we can find throughout the house. But it also unlocked, the best way I could describe it is a temple, or I suppose like shrine behind the Blackbridge Grotto, which had a new room floor plan, which was the throne room, which I'm excited to get into because I do believe one of our keys is supposed to be in there. And I'm also excited just to see what we can do with it. My assumption is we can interact with it maybe with the red crown, like the paper crown, or the blue crown from room 46. But without further ado, let's just hop right back in because I am excited to play around. One, hopefully get that new room, but also we're rather close to getting everything that we need in order to progress. So I'm excited to hop right back in and see what we can uncover today. We didn't get a package. We did have a sauna yesterday, which is nice. Let's grab our allowance and head out to the side chamber. Yeah, we got that big satellite dish up and running just the other stream with the microchips that we found. And I'm going to double check what it does exactly. But it is a benefit, which is good. And it's a permanent one, so always good to have those. I think we want to run Shrine. We've done Tomb before. I think Shrine might be the ticket. I mean, obviously we've done Tomb before, but I mean, I believe we've got everything out of Tomb that we need. We unlocked all of the candle, like, secret doors, and we did all the puzzles and stuff down there. If I recall, that should give me the monk. 30 gold? Yes, okay. So with that, we'll keep pressing onward. Hey, Ralphine, welcome in. Yes, day 71. A bit late uh, in, the number there. I'm hoping we can get through this by day 100. I don't want to go over, the triple digits. But day 71 might be a big day for us if we can get the throne room, because I do want to see what's going on in there. Oh, we got a watering can. I do believe we can utilize the throne room probably for both the crowns. Let's pick up a bedroom, actually. Make sure we got some steps coming through. Even though we already got extra from the sauna. We're good on gems for right now. Ooh. Breakfast nook is always good. Even though that tends to block me off. Let's do that. I don't hate triple digits, Ralphine, but I don't want to get too far, what do you call it, deep into the numbers when I'm trying to, beat this game, so to speak. No extra items. I'd rather, I would not rather, I would like to see myself complete this game before day 100, just so I could say I have some type of accomplishment to it. Ooh, sale, everything's a 50% off. That being said, if we could end it on like a good number, like day 100, I'm okay with that, or even like 101 or something. But if we can get it before we get to triple digits, it'd be quite, I think, I don't want to say the accomplishment, but it'll be enough of accomplishment for me. Let's see, parlor or storeroom. Oh, we're kind of chilling on keys. It's not necessarily a dead end, but let's just do storeroom. Make sure we're stacked. I don't have a shovel today. Ooh, like I said, I always end up cornering myself in. We'll do pantry for now, so we can keep pressing onward. And hopefully we can pull the morning room a bit later. I think we're going to do den. Just start stacking up on gems. Any chests? No. Glad I grabbed some extra keys. Let's do East Wing Hall. We'll leave that space. Actually, yeah, we'll leave that space for the secret garden, just in case we get it. Dining room, I think, is a good pull. I know the commissary would probably been the better idea, considering everything's half off, but it's always good to have this in your back pocket, even if we have extra steps today. Oh, speaking of, look at that. Didn't matter too much anyhow. What do we got today? Definitely grabbing a sledgehammer. We'll grab another set of gems. And we'll grab our running shoes. Alright. We don't necessarily need to do pool. Actually, no, because we have it drained. We can get those chests. Let's grab that. There we go. And now we're definitely set. Alright. I'm glad we got those extra keys. Locker room might be kind of cool. Library we do want to do. We'll just have to go back to the East Wing Hall, I think. But we do want to set up a library because we have new books to order. Or rather, we've ordered one of them. Oh, this was before I ordered the new one. So Swimbird we've already gotten. I don't think it's changed since. We have pictures of all of this. Well, Drat. Okay. We didn't need to do library then. Oh, I guess we did, because now we have the space freed up. Next time we get the library, we can order one of the new books. But... then Mew, the darn drafting room. I think you mean not the drafting room, these are all dead ends too. Let's do quest bedroom then. The room with the new blueprints. Is it the drafting room? Yeah, no, it's the drafting room. I'm thinking of the drawing room is the one with all the paintings. The drafting room is the one that we do want to get, because there should be one or two rooms that we don't have. If we get to the trophy room, we can confirm, but we just got the throne room, and I think we had the majority of the other rooms already found and unlocked. We only had 2 or 3 that we were missing. So there's only a couple that we have to try and figure out. My assumption is they're probably... Oh, none of these are great. We'll do hallway closet. My assumption is that they're probably in that drafting room. We'll do a den in this case. I don't want to corner ourselves so soon. Let's do solarium. Because I'm assuming that throne room is probably, a rare room. Or higher. We don't have a shovel today. The throne room needs 5 gems. Okay, we're covered right now, which is good. But that is good to know. Let's do security. Ooh, an apple. And if we do get a chance to get the battle axe again, then throne room might be one of the ones that we... Oh, there's the good time for the morning room. That we cut, essentially, the price of. Because the throne room might be relevant for our... Oh, there's another gem. Perfect. We'll be set today, but, for later. The throne room might be very important for us to continue getting. Do we want to do mail room for tomorrow? I think so. I don't think we had anything else in here. We have not gotten new letters, but we'll get a package tomorrow. Let's get another gem. And continue northward. Yeah, the throne room is rare. I figured. So let's... Do you want to do parlor? We got plenty of gems, so let's see what else we can get. Archives. Passageway. I don't want to risk dead-ending us. Let's do passageway. head north. Hallway, not necessarily needed. Let's do parlor. I say we have plenty of gems, but I shouldn't get too arrogant with, spending them. So let's make sure we have more than enough. No extra items. What do we got today? The black box is true and it contains the gems. The blue box is empty if it is false. Okay. The black box is false. The above statement is false. Okay. So if the above statement was false, then the black box would be true if this was true. If this was true, the blue box is empty if it is false. But the black box is true and it contains the gems. But if it's false, if it's true, it would have it in them, but it can't be true because then that would have this. So I'm going to go with white because these two cancel each other out. Yeah, look at that. Perfect. And we'll carry on. Armory. Ooh. We only have 6 gold, but let's get it popped open. Okay, we don't have ourselves... That's 8. Is this cheaper? No, they're both 8. We'll come back. I was going to hope for the battle axe. We can find ourselves some more gold and get that set up. We'll do... Yeah, we got plenty of footsteps. Let's do the conference room, because we can just keep coming back here for any gathered items we get throughout the house. Ooh, a key card. Love to see it. We're probably not going to run into any security doors today then. Let's head north. Ooh, okay. Both of these are very tempting. Let's do vault. Let's get that open, because now I have a sneaking suspicion that we're going to find a safety deposit box key. And if we didn't open up the vault, I feel like we're not going to get it at a later date. I don't think there was anything else, because, yeah, the stuff doesn't respawn. That too, I could change the rarity of the throne room as well if we get a chance to grab it. Oh, speaking of, perfect, and it's not going to be a dead end. So let's do that. Reclaim the crown. Let's see what's going on in here. There's the key that we needed, so we can go pop open a door in the basement. So my assumption... Oh, an antechamber. Oh, awesome. So we don't have to go down to the foundation every time. That's quite handy. Oh, you know what? I wonder... So, there's the whole going down into the foundation and uncovering all that stuff and getting that lever. But if we got all the microchips before going into, like, the rotunda and all the basement stuff, we could have gotten into the antechamber through the throne room, I assume, right? So that means there's 2 ways of getting in there. I think we already have... Yeah, we already have the keyhole. So that's a sigil that we already own. Can I light these candles? New, maybe. We have a whole bunch of gold now, so let's go grab that torch. Just to start trying out some things. And you know what? We're going to grab the shield too, because I feel like I might run into like archives or something later that might bite us. But let's see if we can't light these. Doesn't look like it. Like I said, they're not the ones with the little gems on them, but it's always worth a look to try. But everything's black, and we know that it's red or blue, and we know that there's a red and a blue crown. So if we get one of the crowns, we should bring them back here. I wonder what they do and if we could switch it out. If we make a choice, is it going to stay like that, or can we like swap out either effect? We'll have to figure that out shortly. Let's head downstairs really quick, because we have a sanctum key currently. And I don't believe... We'll have to get the throne room again to, grab it. So let's just go ahead and unlock that sanctum door. And then I believe we only have one more sanctum door to unlock. Or rather two, because we do have... Oh, wrong way, as always. We have that, what's that? The last of 8 key from the gallery. We have yet to use it, so I do need to use that. That's something else that's on the list, so we got to get back into the gallery to snatch that key. But that'll give us another sanctum key. And then from there, how many more doors do we have? I think we might be set for the most part. Let's see. Mind you, we still have to solve all the... Okay, so we have puzzle, rainbow, and mountain. We don't have the information for either one, but let's just make sure we get one of these doors open. And I'm going to do it kind of in a pattern so I feel a little better about it. And I don't believe we have the symbol for the puzzle yet. However, we have the information that we need to, I think, figure it out. Because we have that book from the caves that tells us, like, oh, like what each symbol symbolizes, and we just have to learn more about these countries, I think. But we have 2 more keys to find. One of them is behind the last door of 8. And the other one, I'm trying to remember the rest of the riddle. Behind the last door of 8, which we can get. On a throne where the king sits. Which we just got. We'll run through here real fast. Let me hop on this. We'll check our notes really quick while that's going through. Alright, there we are. Okay, so... station left by one of our own, we got that. 7th is major if you drafted quite late. That was the music key. Waiting behind the last door of 8, we have that. Below the docks, we have that. King and his throne, we have that. The clock room, we have. The vaults, that's right. I was just talking about that. How did I forget about that? We have the vault still, so we have to be on the hunt for keys. We do have our... Everything is half off too, though. Let's do closed exhibit, because I'm curious if we can snatch the crown. If we can interact with the throne room somehow. Now, I hope that it isn't like a permanent choice, because I do believe the crown is, like, quote-unquote, the bad ending. Because from what I understand, we might want to be leaning towards blue. Okay, silver key. I was hoping for a safety deposit box key, because I do believe I've found them in here once before. Let's go ahead and use that silver key, because why not? Let's do locker room, because that should put a bunch of keys in the conference room. And now that dinner is ready, actually. It's way back there, though. Might not be worth the steps to go take. Dark room or hallway, because that would be a dead end to the rest of the house. Treasure room is tempting, but I think we're gonna do hallway, because I need to get around here too if I want to get the red crown. All right, what we got? Boiler room it is, because that'll let us go all the way around. Office is also tempting, but I think that might get rid of our ability to... They all have doors going that way. I don't know if having a door there will mess up, like, the security. It doesn't. Okay, cool. It's right there. Excellent. Let's go ahead and spread some gold. And then let's log into the network. Because I think that satellite dish that we got the other day lets us, I think we might be able to net more information, or at the very least, we can access all the computers, right? Let's see. Remote terminal access. It is possible to connect to another active terminals elsewhere on the estate using RTA. And one offline terminal may be accessed using the Blackbridge protocol. Okay. View active terminals, security, laboratory, shelter. Okay. But if we do this, can we activate these? So, like, can I run, for example, laboratory maybe? You may only connect to one offline terminal each day. So let's do that. And let's set up, would this let us set up a experiment from this room? Oh, look at that. I believe so. That is awesome. Okay. Continue with experiment. Each time you find some trash, we don't have a shovel today. 3 times you open a locked trunk. Would have been useful. 2 or more gems drafting a room. Let's see. Let's do that. We'll add a small chest to the entrance hall. Nothing too crazy. Okay. Lower barrier. Reset alarm system. And now we got to make a run for it. And see if we can't snag that crown. Perfect. The only thing is, like I said, can we interact with the throne room in that manner? We're about to find out. And hopefully it's a good idea. Like I said, I worry that it might be like a permanent choice, given all the political hints. Sorry, political. My mind got lost for a second. All the political stuff we've experienced. However, the paper crown doesn't seem to. Well, I can't interact with the throne at the very least, and I feel like that's what we would be able to do. So maybe it's only the blue crown, which we'll have to mess with as well. Let us go back to the conference room, because keys should have been spread throughout the house. And gold. Here we go. So we'll have a whole bunch of keys. I was kind of hoping that one of these keys might be a vault key, but that's okay. I'm okay with a bunch of gold and a few more keys. Do we have the steps here? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. It might not be worth it to go back to the dining room. So let's just keep pressing. Let's go back to the locker room. Let's see if we can't get maybe a key from there. Opening up all the lockers, because we have 10 of them now. Oop, wrong way. Let's pop that open real quick. And see if we can't find anything in here. Nothing. Definitely worth it. A little bit of gold. Okay. Okay. Hoping for something more interesting. We don't want to waste all of our keys either. We already know this one. Yes. We already know that. So I think that's always in that locker. So we probably should stop opening that one. Some extra steps. Let's do 2 more. I'll take car keys. If we can get this last room, maybe. Well, I guess that wasn't really going to help us too much, is it? Unless there's a... Okay. Let's see. None of these are really going to help us out. Let's redraw. That's going to make him red? Or just lets us do it per each red room, right? If you have exactly two hallways, we have more than 2 hallways. So let's do observatory, because there's sometimes, what do you call it? There's no other ways we can get through. Yeah, okay. Sometimes there's a vault key in observatory too. Kirkdarren is a pseudonym. Okay. Take a picture of that. No vault key. That's unfortunate. And that's locked. But maybe this will give us a key. It does give us a key. Perfect. So maybe this could be something semi-useful. Like drafting studio. Perfect. Because this will let us get another room that we have yet to unlock. Alright, so what do we have today? Ooh, okay. I know we've had vestibule and stuff in the past. The dovecote, I'm already sold on it. We're doing that. Whenever you draw a dovecote while drafting, you may rotate floor plans. Okay. Interesting. I'm already very interested by it. We're gonna do this one. We don't have to think about that one. I like the idea of having a bunch of doves. We got the dog kennels. I got to pet the dogs. Maybe we'll get to pet the doves. That being said, though, I think that is a dead end for us. Let's double check and make sure we didn't miss any keys. It doesn't look like our paper crown can affect the throne room, so maybe we have to have the real crown from the room 46. And we don't have a vault key, which is a shame. It's always one or the other. Let's check these next two rooms and see if, like I said, we get lucky. Gallery, we do need, but we won't have a door to use it on. And we can't rotate any of these, which is a bloody shame. So, draft. Okay. Well, let's do gallery, because why not? Just confirm. Yeah, we don't need to solve it each time. And this, we have to use our regular door. Yeah, room 8. But we'll have to pick it up again next run, which is fine. We'll double check security, make sure we're not missing a key. But 4 trunks, which should be at the front of the house. So let's double check. I don't think these will have... Yeah, these are going to have resources, which is nice, but not the... What do you call it? The keys that we want. Once again, another silver key. That's excellent. I need a vault key. Okay. Well, I suppose we'll call it a day there. Yeah, the dovecote sounds super cool. And, like, I just like the idea of it, but if we could rotate things... I wonder if it lets us rotate things throughout the house or just stuff adjoining. We will have to find out. Let's head to the Blackbridge Grotto really quick, because I just want to double check some things. We spent some time there. But now that we have the satellite up, maybe we can do more. Let's see. Oh, I forgot the bloody admin key. Let me look at my notes here, because I know I wrote that one down. There we are. Let's see. Oop. I think it might be capitals too. Damn it. Okay. We have to double check our other previous video or notes maybe, because I completely forgot to write down whatever the password was. I know it's a last name and a first initial. That's on me. That's okay. And nothing additional up here, right? No. Aside from the very pretty view of the town, which is clearly red, which is why I think we might want to do the blue. let's head back down. I want to double check the crystal caverns as well, because there was mention of it in, I think, the last prophecy from the Rompus room. I think it was more so hinting that it was probably something you want to grab, but just in case there's maybe something additional in there that we should take a look at, we're going to poke our heads in there and just double check we didn't miss anything. Which I don't think we did. I think it was just a hint for the gas valve, if anything. We have that note that's written down there, and it doesn't look like anything looks breakable like with the super sledge, so I think we're okay. But with that, I think we might just call it a day and see what else we can grab. So I think the goals for right now are to hit up the library and get a few more of those newer books that we just bought from the bookstore. And I think we also want to grab Throne Room again and see if we can't get the crown from room 46, see if there's anything we can interact with. It doesn't seem like we could use the paper crown. And then we need the key from the vault, and then we got to hit up gallery and unlock a door. Let's get a fresh house in here. That way we can play around with some of these ideas properly. And we got to actually be on the lookout for like the secret garden and stuff, because if we want to get in the antechamber, we have to be... Secret garden's probably the best way to go about it. That or weight room, but... Alright, let's grab our package. Amateur lockpick. Ooh, I have to grab it first. That would be smart. Oh, you know what? I was a fool. We had the monk going. I should have ended the day in one of the rooms. Oh, well. That's on me. I don't... Can we go back outside? Because it should be closed. So we should be able to open something else up today. Because we didn't end our day in any other room. Oh, who am I talking about? It just shows up. If you have the monk, it shows up as an option. It's not always that. That's right. Oh, definitely tool shed. We'll hit that up. Okay. Watering can is so-so, but the metal detector I am always a fan of. You would think the metal detector would go off, like, for that microchip that was right there. Because all these times I've walked past that bridge with a metal detector, never once did it make a peep. I suppose that would be too easy, but still, I think it'd be clever just to be like, huh, something's going off, like, right here, you know? Something's going off by the bridge. Alright, and then we have to... Let's go ahead and hit dining room. Do remind me to end the day once I start talking about, oh, I think we'll call it here, to end the day in a room, so we can get the benefit of that monk blessing, because we dropped the ball on that one this last little run. Definitely breakfast nook. All right. Morning room is always tempting. Kennel. If we can get a shovel, that would be great. Hello, puppy. Okay, we got one dig spot. Hello, pupper. We got to pet two of them today. And then workshop is actually kind of interesting too, because we might want to start playing around with some of the things we might be able to build, despite not having a lot of items today. Let's go ahead and pop that open. Okay, we have our broken lever. We have our music puzzle, which I still need to actually sit down with and wrap my head around. We want to do gymnasium. Gymnasium's not that terrible. I think we could go ahead and take that just to give us the option of going left. It also nets us the running shoes, which is not bad. Love it when lockpick works. Let's see. Let's do commissary, because we can grab some items for the workshop from here. A shovel, excellent. That goes good with our kennel. Magnifying glass. And we do have plenty of gems, so let's hold on to the gold that we have in case we run into a room that we might need it for. That will be a dead end, though. Let's go ahead and do dormitory. No other items in here. You know it's Coratia. I think Coratia must be purple then, or it's purple and orange, which will help us figure out, because we have that book. That'll help us figure out like what, certain colors translate into the different shapes of those family crests we need to figure out. Hallway it is. I'll head south. Let's keep heading west. Courtyard is probably the best pull because it's going to be unlocked. And we might have a dig spot or two. We have ourselves some pebbles. We got ourselves a sledgehammer, which I'm always happy to see. Alright, let's keep pressing on. I think we're going to hit chapel. Like I said, we always want to keep donating to this little pig. He is also very precious. There's apparently a key or something else hiding. Yeah, there we go. Someone dropped some gold. Okay, that is unfortunate because that's a bunch of dead ends. Oh, great. Okay. And we can't rotate anything. Let's do patio then, and then maybe we could find, because we don't have a security card today, maybe we could find a security card somewhere in the house, and that will let us go up through the foundation at the very least. We already dug that hole out. Let's go ahead and do den. And let's hope for like a security room or something else that might have what we seek. Let's go ahead and do boiler rooms because it's going to give us the doors that we need. Let's head all the way south. There we go. It did open up. Perfect. Quest bedroom does sometimes have keys and stuff in there. Okay, it has a gem, but there is sometimes a security card in here. Security does sometimes have a security card, so that's a good pull. Okay, not this time, though. Drat. Okay. I want to say I've known laboratory to have one, too. Something's going off for it. A single gold piece. Let's check out the experiment and just see if there's anything that's like, oh, if you next time you walk into a room, you get a security card. Let's see. 1 star, 4 steps to 40. Permanent. Always do the permanent. Each time you find some trash while digging, we do have a shovel and a few rooms that we might be able to find dirt piles in. So let's do that. Drat. This one's already looking short-lived, unfortunately. Let's see. Let's do locksmith. Let's roll the dice because I think we can also get a vault key from the locksmith if we do a special key. It is random, but I do believe we might be able to pull that. Okay, we got the garden key, which is not great for this particular run. But maybe we'll get a coat check. Ugh, none of these are what I wanted. Okay. I mean, let's do boudoir, I suppose. We can get some dice. It might allow us to re-roll if we get another set of meh rooms. And let's head back through here. See if we get lucky and can save the run. Let's do spare green room. I have seen a card in there before. Nope, just gem. Ooh, okay. Break room does sometimes have what we need. But walk-in closet might be a good pull too. Let's do break room. So we might be able to stumble through the math puzzle here. So 16. I hit 1 multiple times, but at least it's what we need. My goodness. My apologies. I will get better at that. So it's 1 plus, so it would have been negative 11? Or not negative 11, it would have been negative 9. So is it maybe making it into a negative, perhaps? We're going to have to figure that one out. Let's see what we got here. Cloister's not what we want. Let's go ahead and waste our second dice. Walk-in closet is a nice pull. Let's do that. So maybe if it's yellow third, it makes it negative, possibly, because then it would have been... No, it would have been times 3, which would have been 9, but then times 1. So that checks out. So maybe we'll just have to convert it over to being a negative. Oh yeah, we have to go back to the foundation. So let's do that. Drop a coin off in the church. Yeah, negative 3 times 3 times 1 equals negative 9. Let's see. I know where I'm walking. Hang on. Yeah, negative 3 times 3 equals negative 9. Negative 9 times 1. Yeah, so I think it must make it a negative then, right? Where am I going? Oh, yeah, down the stairs. Okay. I'm trying to remember how to get back into the basement. Okay, that makes more sense. Because we picked up on it being like a third of something. But yeah, it being a negative, that's good to know. So I think we'll have a little more of a grip on it now that we played around with it more. Up until they, I'm sure, introduce something else for that particular puzzle, because it always gets pretty mean. And this lets us press onward, despite being locked out. Yes, and we know that green is plus and the yellow is minus, so I guess the yellow third would have been negative. All right, let's see what we can figure out here. That's to the south, so let's see what we can fill out over here. Casino would be kind of neat. There's a good amount of gems. I still don't know. Lavatory has to be for something, right? Like, lavatory has to have a purpose. I'm certain it does. I think I need 50 gold, so we might actually just come back here if we find more gold later on. Do we want to do mailroom or garage? Do we have car keys? That was last run, right? Yeah, so let's do mailroom and set up a package for us for tomorrow. Perfect. Special keys. Oh, we can use secret garden on this side, right? Yes, we can. We haven't done it on this side yet. I wonder... No, because it would still be east and west. I was going to say, I wonder if it's because it's on the other side of the house. The levers will open opposite doors, even if they both still open the left and the right. Excuse me, sorry, get some water. Let's flip all these guys over. And just pop open the antechamber here, because like I said, if we can get our throne room, we can grab our crown from the antechamber, or rather room 46 behind the antechamber. And then we could see if we can't interact with the throne room with that crown. There we are. Let's get you popped down. Now we have left and right ready to go. Let's head south or north. This is north? Yeah, let's head north. Rompus room, we already pulled everything out of. Extra gold would be kind of nice, but let's do closet. Okay, key and a gem. Oh, not key, but a dice and a gem. Let's make sure that these doors are now unlocked. All right. Ooh, secret passage or archives. Let's redraw. Those are worse. Let's do pantry. Let's hold on to our gems and grab more gold. Primarily for the casino. And we'll hop back into there real quick. Because I do believe 50 gold is one of the bets we can place. Oh no, it's 20. Okay. Ooh, almost. So close. Ah, I'll take 4 gems. I thought I was going into the red space. Alright, carrying on through. No dead hens. The vault is tempting and I almost clicked it. Do we want to do... We do need library, but we're going to do pool just so we have a little bit more flexibility. We go to sledgehammer today. That way we don't find ourselves in a dead end and having to do a whole nother day, because we can still get the library today without having to commit ourselves to a dead end. Ooh. That will block off a square, but let's do armory, because we might be able to get ourselves. Alright, no battle axe, that's okay. Always pick up the torch. I guess these things are not affected by the half off, because they're always the same price. I don't have the half off today, but usually when I do, they don't pop open. Let's do vault, just to cover myself, because I feel like I said, anytime we get the chance to pull it, and we don't, we're going to end up fighting a vault key. Now let's keep pressing this direction. Ooh, okay. So we have a choice to make. We have way more options on that side of the house than we do that side of the house. So let's do pump room. Actually, let's risk the redraw. We have 2 of those. What am I talking about? Mechanicum. Let's see. We have workshop, boiler room. Ooh, would that... Oh, and lab. So that would be all 3. Perfect. What is that? That shouldn't be... Hang on. Okay, because we have the left and the right. Is that a secret door? We have 4 keys. Let's check this door out. Oh, hello. We already have that open, but we just learned something new about the Mechanicum, which if we build up on cog rooms, if we get at least 3 ones, it's going to open up a lever, and I bet you it opens up one there too. Very interesting. Let's head this way. So the Mechanicum is also another way for us to get... I kind of want to do corridor, honestly. Let's redraw. It's another way for us to get what we need. None of these are the best pulls. This bedroom counts as 2 bedrooms. Do I have exactly 2 hallways? I only have 1 hallway, so... Actually, no, courtyard counts, so let's do... bunk room, because that doubles my keys. Excellent. Even though this is now a dead end, that's kind of okay. We still have all of this to play with over here. Not the best pulls once again. Let's do bedroom. So close yet so far. Car keys, which we already unfortunately can't use. Treasure trove. These would all be great. Let's do 10 so I can actually continue. All right. It's gonna have to be laboratory. Now, I don't think that adds. Yeah, we got plenty of steps. I don't think that adds an additional door. It doesn't. So it has to be when you draft it. Okay. But we do have at least a new strategy for getting in. Something's going off. Ah, there you are. We already have an experiment set up today. Sauna would be cool, but let's do East Wing Hall, because like I said, maybe we can squeeze ourselves into the antechamber today, even though we didn't even pop open the lock. I'm kind of just running around. Drat. Okay, let's do Observatory. Because we won't be getting Throne Room today anyhow. So... oh, great. Dead ends are more common today, too. So this day might be kind of a bust. Okay. So here's what I'm thinking. Rompus Room will let us get to the antechamber. We can go back to the Foundation, get in there, but we don't have Throne Room or anything that we wanted to actually grab the crown for. So let's do Attic on the off chance that there is a safety deposit box key in there. Building for the future rather than today, you know what I mean? Okay, we have a gem. That's 1. That's 2. 3. 4. 5. Okay, we only have 2 more items, and they're usually not... okay, a coin and a coupon book. Drat, okay. Gamble did not pay off. With that... let's go end it in... oh no, we still have the Day of the Monk popped up. So, you know what? Let's actually end it in the attic. Because the attic is free for us. So if we end it in the attic will pop up in the shed tomorrow. And then we can get a whole bunch of items. Oh, Ralphine, it might be possible to trade some of the valuable items from the showroom to get one of the vault keys in the trading post, most likely. We can give that a shot, too. Because we've been starting the days with a good amount of money, and we can usually get enough money to buy 1 or 2 of those items. So it might be worthwhile to give that a try as well. I think once the Blessing of the Monk wears off, we'll give that a shot. Ooh, a silver key. Okay, I'll take that. This is one of the better packages we've gotten. Ooh, come on. Let's grab our gold. Now, we ended the day in the attic. So we should have the attic as an option. And like I said, we get a whole bunch of items from that. But also sometimes a vault key. Which we're kind of rolling the dice on. But nonetheless, is it already day 73? My goodness. We'll see about getting it done before day 100. We're kind of blowing through them here, but... yeah. So no trading posts. Let's do attic. I'm not sure how that works, but, you know. Okay, I'll take a compass. That's not terrible. Battery is cool. And magnifying glass. I think we've used everything that we could for it. I'll take a sledgehammer. I'm glad I turned around to see that sledgehammer before I wasted a key on that trunk. But now let's bust open this trunk. Okay. So, not necessarily what we desired, but it's always useful to have extra items, extra keys. But let's head into the house proper. And once again, I have to remind myself of the things we're looking out for. I'm going to have to review the book that we found in the caves below regarding the different symbolisms for like the house crests. Because we do have information regarding each country in various books. So we're going to have to figure those out because I don't think we're going to get solid clues like we have with the past crests of you know, like, hey, this is what it looks like. We're gonna have to figure it out on our own, I'm pretty sure. Okay, this always leads to a dead end, but we're gonna do it because the morning room is great. Okay, excellent. Like I said, we're probably not gonna come across a security door, but if we do, we're covered. No other items. Den it is. That'll let us keep pressing north. No chest. Let's do hallway. Let's do parlor. We got a good amount of gems, but let's see if we can't just add a few more so we can be really egregious with our spending. The white box has a true statement. The black box has a true statement. So they can't all be true. So that's probably false. The black box has a false statement. The gems are not in the box with two false statements. Okay. The blue box has two false statements. The box with two true statements has the gems. So, might be the white then. Oh, wait, no, because that would be too... Yeah, this would be too true. As soon as I thought about it for more than a second. Oh, well. Do we walk-in closet might be a good poll. Let's see what items we can stack up today. Oh, I thought that was a vault key. I got excited. But this will have more items popping up, which might help us find a vault key. So not terrible. We do like the rabbit's foot. I guess, I know, office would be kind of nice, but let's do corridor. Don't want to do archives. We don't have our shield or anything today, so that would kind of hinder us, I think. Let's break this open. We do love us some dice. Ooh. Let's do commissary. Let's see if we can't get something useful. Like a shovel. We do love our shovels. And do we need a salt shaker? I don't think so. We'll buy an extra key or two. We'll do courtyard. It's always unlocked. And Ralphine, I know you've played through this game plenty before. I assume you've beat it properly, like got all the sigils down in the basement correct and unlocked. How many days did it take you? Is me shooting for 100 realistic, or is that should I maybe hope for, you know, like 150? We're going to break room, I think. Played it twice. That's what I'm already thinking about doing another playthrough of it. Like on my own time later down the line. Oh, what was I saying about new symbols? Okay. So we have 11. Squiggly river, squiggly line, 5. Oh, what could that mean? It's some type of division. Is it 1? No. Okay. It's a 2. So 11 something and then divided by 5 is 2. So 11. So maybe it's minus itself. So hang on. If I want to see everything and play everything and solve everything, 100 is probably not realistic. That's fair. Like I said, this game is quite deep, and every time I think I've got something, there's something else that's like, hey, look at this. This is new, and that's why I think I love this game so much, is that there's always something not only new and interesting, but rewarding because I discovered it, you know? But yeah, and there's also cursed and dare mode, so there's plenty to keep this game going. I've even gotten some of my friends into it just from them watching this either on stream or YouTube. They've been hopping into it or getting interested by it, so I think I've done my job at least spreading the word of it. Okay, so this somehow equals 10 divided by 5. It has to be divided by 2, so it's gonna be an even number. It's not 2. It's 2 again. Okay. And this one has double lines. Huh. Alright, we're gonna have to come back to that one. Do we have? No, we don't have a secret garden key. Let's go ahead and use that silver key. Weight room though. Losing half our steps would suck, but that would open the bottom of the antechamber. I'm not sure if we want to do that, given we definitely don't have the crown today yet. Let's do. Screw it. Let's go ahead and do it. That might bite us in the butt, but we're gonna go ahead and see if we can't get in there today. Because like I said, we might just get the weight room, and hopefully we get the throne room at some point here too. We do have a key card today. Thank goodness. A bedroom it is. Start getting our steps back. We got plenty of keys. Let's do veranda, I think. And start pulling some green rooms. Oh, and a metal detector. Excellent. Alright, and more dice. Okay, we're back on a roll. Oh, damn it. Okay, that was not an intentional pun. I will take a turnip. Ooh. Let's do quest bedroom, just to cover our butts for steps. There we go. Get them all stacked back up after the weight room. Even though I did oh, I missed that. Even though I did want to do the locksmith because, like I said, I want to keep gambling to see if we get that key that we need for the air. Would be nice, but let's do boiler room. Let's see. Any straightaways? I do not. Oh, do I want to know what the squiggly lines mean? You know what? I would love to know what the squiggly lines mean. Because so far I'm kind of stumped. I usually go back and try to like review footage and like walk myself through the math of it, but yeah, I'm not getting what the squiggly lines are trying to convey to me. I thought I had it, and then they threw in a double squiggly line. I will happily take a hint in that instance. Let's redraw that. We'll do chapel, because we do like donating. To this church, at least. The Church of the Pig. Let's use another key, even though it might be a waste. Ooh. We're already in the antechamber, so let's hit up hallway. Not the hallway, the closet. Okay, I'll take a key and a gem. Like I said, I was hoping for something maybe a little more useful, but that's not bad. Security, so let's head south and start filling out the rest of these rooms. We'll hit up the foundation. Let's redraw, because that's going to be a proper dead end. Archives would be terrible. I don't like darkroom either. Ooh, okay. Yeah, let's rotate it. Can we get... Yeah, that's a little better for us for the pool. Oh, you round the number. Okay, that makes a lot more sense. Okay. Oh, and it's probably to the nearest... Like the double line is at the nearest 10th? Maybe? I'll go fool around with that shortly here, actually. Let's give ourselves some space and do pantry. And snag ourselves a banana. Yeah, hallway would be the better bet. Now let's get into the foundation and the space below. Do we want to do garage? We got plenty of keys. Let's go ahead and do garage. We don't have car keys today, right? Yeah, no car keys today, but we might find them later on. And there's usually good items in that car trunk anyways. I think boudoir is going to be it. And then we going to head down and open up the antechamber. I do want to see if we can't get ourselves the throne room, because then we don't have to head down to the basement. But I'm also nervous about steps. We got plenty of... Oh, no, we need 5, though, for the throne room, so let's not be overzealous. Coat check. Ooh, that might be kind of nice to have. But we're going to redraw it. West wing it is. Conference room. Or aquarium. Let's redraw. Ooh, okay, like I said, I'm probably going to end up getting the throne room here in a second, but let's go ahead and do vault. Gotta cover our bases. Nothing else additional. Alright. And we'll head back into here. Oh, do we want to do sauna or solarium? Solarium might help us get that throne room, but sauna, we're already kind of at a dead end. Let's go ahead and do solarium, even though it's yet another gem. Oh, almost walked right past those. Alright. We got a net 1 gem increase. Let's see. I don't know, do we want to run downstairs? Let's run downstairs. And open up the antechamber. Grab our blue crown and then hope we might get the throne room. Because I want to see if we can interact with it. And we still have all of that back there to solve as well. I know I haven't been up top in a while either. I don't think I missed anything up there, but we might be due for a double check at some point. I think we're still missing, yeah, we're still missing 2 of the red letters. That hasn't even crossed my mind in a while either. I'm still missing those 2. There's 1, I assume, in room 46. But I think there's 1 more somewhere in the house that we've yet to find. I don't think there's any safes that I've yet to unlock either, so we just have yet to find said safe and or said red letter. Alright, we'll head back up. Get all these rooms set and done. That would be going all the way around, but still. We're kind of low on steps, so we don't want to push it. So let's head north when we get back up top. We'll pop into the antechamber, open up some of the rooms from security. We'll grab the crown, just in case we can, what do you call it, pull the throne room. You know, I don't want to have to run to and fro, so we'll grab that first. Alright. Let's see. Yep, back to the hallway. And we'll see if we can't get something semi-useful. Nope, wrong way. Alright. Let's pop into these rooms real quick. Okay. Not necessarily terribly desirable. Let's go ahead and redraw it. Come on. Okay. None of these are great either. I don't want to do archives necessarily, but let's go ahead and pop it. So at least let us keep pushing onward. Lockpick didn't work. Gem requirement, gem requirement. Alright, let's do whatever this is. Laboratory. Okay, but there's a chest in here. Okay, secret garden. I do believe we already blocked off that side of the house. Yes. Oh, we still have this side, I suppose, huh? Experiment setup. Let's see what we got going on today. Immediately. Small chest, I suppose. And can we use the secret garden key here? Too far north. Okay. Library. We're definitely going to hit that because we want to order a new book for ourselves. Let's see. I think Realm and Ruin, probably. New Clue is very tempting, though. What do you guys think? New Clue or Realm and Ruin? Because I think Realm and Ruin just sounds cool, but New Clue, that sounds like, very front loaded for like, hey, there's information in here that you need. Oh, yeah, the first edition too, huh? Instead of the edited one. That's also not a bad idea either. All right, well, both of you, okay, we got a few people saying first edition, so let's go with the first edition because that might be enlightening. So we'll hit that. Run into the antechamber right quick. Grab ourselves our blue crown. Oh, that's right, this thing rises up. And we got our allowance coin because of our quest bedroom, which is nice. Let's snag ourselves our crown. Okay, and then let me look at this one more time. The only thing we have left is the vault, and behind it 8. So we still got to do that puzzle too. Right, that's the new drawing room puzzle. I keep going in thinking that I have it, and alas, we do not. All right, so it is rounding the numbers then. So let's do 8, 11 rounded to 10, rounded down, I assume, to 10. And then divided by 5 is 2. And this would be 3. Let's see, 3 rounded. Oh, I guess, would it be rounded up? Or rounded down? Because then divided by 2. 2 divided by 2 is 1. So it would have to be 4. So it's just rounding. Is it to the nearest 10th or is it to the nearest even number, possibly? Or would it be rounded to 5 minus 3? And you have 5. Is it rounded to the nearest 10th? Then you have 11 rounded to the nearest 10th. Would be 10. Okay. So it's the nearest 10th. We have 18. And then what does the triple mean? So is it 20? We can't do 21. So maybe it's the nearest 5th? So maybe like 15 plus 1? No. So 8, and then 11 rounded down, divided by 5 is 2. Let's think. 3 rounded down. Oh no, I'm a fool. Okay, because it's plus 3. Okay, because it would be to the nearest 10. So it would be 2 rounded down would be 1, plus 3 would be 4 divided by 2. Right? Unless I'm doing that wrong. I could be doing that way wrong. We have 5 plus 5. Well, because it would be. This is 2. Oh, sorry, that was 10. And this is 2. And so we have 3. And then Oh, is it 3 divided by 2? Oh, 3 divided by 2, and then rounded. Oh, okay, 3 divided by 2, and then rounded, which would be 2. And this is 5. It's 5. And this would be to the nearest tenth. But what's the triple mean? Rounded down. Is it by 3? So would that be 6? Would it be 7? No. I'm gonna be real with you. I don't think I'm getting it still. Okay, because then that's... Is it just 5 rounded up to the nearest tenth, and then 11? But that would be rounded up. Why is it 10? So it'd be just to the nearest tenth, which is 10. Is this to the... plus 1, which is most likely going to be an odd number. Let's try 10. 8, 2, 2, 10, 10, 19? We're going to have to come back to that. I'm still not grasping it, unfortunately. We're rounding it, but to what? Alright, we'll head back through here. Oh, I'll have to go all the way back down to the den. Okay, excellent. Let's pop into here real quick. Gift shop is probably the better bet, considering we want to conserve gems for right now. Did we have... No, that was yesterday. Oh, we did have something. I was going to say instantly. I thought we did something in the lab. Excellent. Got ourselves an extra gem. Because if we do pull the throne room today, I want to make sure we have the gems to actually purchase it. Alright, we'll head back through here. Go up to the gift shop. Sorry, I had to refresh the stream real quick. It looks like it may have dropped for a second. That's going to dead end us. So I guess we're doing observatory, which will cost us a gem, but that's okay. Hopefully it's okay. Because we did get 5 gems, so we're in the clear. So it was very much okay. Yeah, it looks like it dropped there for a second. I don't know where... I don't know, because we could do that, huh? We got a bunch of extra gems. Oh, but I'm out of steps. Wasn't even paying attention. Well, damn. Okay. Oh, that might mean that with the monk blessing, observatory is going to be our room option outside, so maybe we'll do the trading post today. Drat, I wasn't even paying attention to the steps. Okay, we're definitely going to do 1 or 2 more days, because I need to, like I said, I need to accomplish something. I need to feel like we unlocked or accomplished something. Doesn't have to be big. Not as big as, like last stream or the stream before. I feel like we've been really on a run, but even touching up the days here and there is not terrible. I would just like to, get to something big. It's because it ended in passageway. Even then, that's totally useless. We'll do tool shed then. Okay, I'll take myself a sledgehammer and a metal detector. Both of those are great. And we'll head inside. Damn, this is not going how I was hoping. But that's okay. Let's stick to the left today and see how that treats us. Okay. So far, so do bedroom. Take ourselves a die. We'll do hallway. Don't want to use that dice just yet. We'll hit up chapel, donate some gold. Ooh. Let's do parlor and see if we can't nab ourselves those 3 gems. Just to give us a good little cushion for when we might... Ooh, something else is popping up. A little coin. A good cushion for when we might get throne room. The white box has exactly 1 true statement. The black box has no true statements. The blue box has exactly 1 true statement. The gems are in the blue box. The gems are not in the black box. The above statement is true. Ooh, okay. So, has no true statements. So I'm assuming 1 true statement. White box has exactly 1 true statement, which is false. But these could both just be false. Or not in the black box. The above statement is true. Blue box has exactly 1 true statement. Gems are in the blue box. There's no true statements. The white box has exactly 1 true. So I'm going to say that this is the one. Because I think the black box has... The one is telling that the blue gems are in here is accurate. Yeah! Excellent. We'll keep heading north. We'll grab a den and make sure we have an extra gem. Oh, and a chest, which is nice. And a key. Didn't miss that. Car keys, okay. Oh, well, might as well do garage if we got the car keys. Maybe we'll net ourselves something useful in here. Come on, give me a vault key. Okay, I'll take a security pass. That might save our butts. Ooh, something else. Yeah, full coin. Commissary, let's do. Like I said, save our butts. Alright. And we'll grab a set of gems just to have a good cushion. Let's grab security. Give me a key. Nada. Okay. Cool. Cool beans. Rompus room, if only to head straight. Because I don't think we'll be able to get Alazara's... There's more coins on the floor. What do you call it? Prophecy again. Because he did say with the last one we saw that it was the last one. But I am curious. We'll see if he lets us donate and or if we just get the same cutscene again. So let's check it out. Alright, so yes, that's... We've already heard that one, so he has no more prophecies to give, so we can stop giving him money. But still, nonetheless, interesting to see that last tidbit of information. Because we yet to see any inkling of snow or winter or anything like that. And that chest they had at the very end is unlike any of the others that we've seen thus far. So I am quite curious as to what any of that might, mean or be referenced to. Let's do West Wing Hall. None of these are great. Let's go ahead and redraw that. Let's do trophy room and make sure we definitely have a fat cushion for, why was there fire there? Here we are. And then let's take a look at, we'll have to do 5 more of those bloody dartboards. We have 6 rooms that we need to find. So we have, obviously, the drafting room that we can pull from. And then maybe a few others throughout the house that we'll have to find. And 3 more workshop inventions that we can discover. There's something... There we are. Alright. Not the best poles. We'll do pantry. could try break room again. I could. Let's do pool, though. I think that's the better pull. We get those 2 chests and 2 doors. We still have the whole other side of the house to worry about, too. Excellent. Love all these keys. Let's go ahead and use the silver key. Ooh, none of these are kind of what I wanted. I guess we'll do courtyard, because that will guarantee it's unlocked. Plenty more gold. Alright. Alright, let's just head west here real quick. We'll pop open the vault, because like I said, I swear I'm going to end up getting a vault key the one time I don't do vault. And we got a whole bunch of gold now, too, so maybe we can go hit up either the casino or even the showroom if we get it. We're going to do solarium, because that might help us get that throne room. That is what we're kind of shooting for. Alright, no... Darn, no additional items in here. There's usually 1 or 2. Alright, let's keep heading. Yeah, let's head back to the east now. None of these are that great, but pump room will at least let us continue. There's no other... Oh, there's a key or something in here. It's beeping. There you are. I don't think there's anything else we want to play with in the pump room for right now. Ooh. Dark room does kind of suck. Showroom might be the better choice, I think. Yeah, let's do showroom, actually. Because we have all of this rest of the household to worry about. Let's see what we can get today. Ornate compass is cool. I do really like moon pendant. I always try to grab moon pendant. Ornate compass. Let's do ornate compass. And we can come back for one of the other 2 items later. Alright, head back to the pantry. Where am I going? The pool, not through the courtyard. Alright, we'll head back through the pantry here and head south and then start heading east. To the security room. And then, like I said, hopefully throne room, vault key, anything for today's run. Ooh, secret passage. Throne room. Oh, we can't do blue, though, because I do believe throne room is blue. What other rooms will we want to do? Or do we want to do spare? Let's just go ahead and do secret passage. What rooms tend to have... Bedroom might be a dead end. Let's do green. Cloister is kind of what I was hoping for. That'll give us a good little base. However, we are starting to already run low on gems. Come on. No, you're like right there. There you go. Alright, let's grab all that. Okay, a couple extra coins. We can go back for a silver spoon if we need to. Let's grab this, because we do have a security card today. Ooh. Let's do a den, just to bump up our... Oh, perfect, and a chest. Our gems. Okay, I'll take a little bit more gold. The dice are nice. Let's head south. Okay, let's hit up a locksmith. And like I said, cross our fingers, because I do believe we can get a vault key from here. Okay, I'll take a secret garden key, I suppose. We're pretty good on keys, but let's go ahead and spend money to get a couple more. And then I think we can do the secret garden here if it's locked. It's not locked. Let's redraw. We'll do boiler room. Even though it's going to blow a gem. There we go. Let's wait for that to open up. This one is not locked either. I do believe locker room. Let's redraw. Okay. We'll do locker room. Is that... Yeah, that has power as well. Grab you. Laboratory also has power through it. Now I'm just thinking, like, what we might be able to hook the boiler room up to, even though I'm pretty sure we've gotten everything that we need from there. But we'll go ahead and set it up for laboratory. And now that we don't have enough gems, I'm certain we'll get the throne room, because that's usually how this works. Experiment setup. Let's see. A letter might be useful. What do we have today? Let's do trash while digging, because we do have a shovel today. And that might help us get a little bit more information. What side? That's the other side. So let's do a regular key. I think we're out of luck with the garden. We haven't opened this up yet, so I think we should do it. Hello, birds. What are you? Hello. Dear mother, if you're reading this, that means Junie made it home safely. I imagine he's going to be quite tired after such a long flight. So make sure he gets some treats and rest. School is going well, though I do miss you terribly. Unfortunately, even though the dean gave me permission to keep my birds here on campus, I'm afraid it's getting a bit too cold for them as the semester marches on. So I've made the decision to send them all home before the winter months arrive. All that to say, expect some more letters soon. Mary, dearest mother, this should be the 5th letter you've received from me this month, though I know statistically it is very unlikely that every single member of my flock has found their way home, and please don't tell me if they didn't arrive. It's going to be hard enough now that I will be truly on my own. In other news, my classes have been engaging, and I am slowly making friends, so please ignore the dramatic despair of the previous letter. Things are indeed looking brighter. I will still maintain that there are 3 years is too long for a time away from home. Herbert, thank you so much for a gift of wedding doves, whom I, of course, recognize immediately. And yes, I got the hint, so here's your letter. I know it's long overdue. The life suits me, I think. Not that I didn't love Mount Holly, of course, but after years of being confined in a tiny dormitory, the small place Daniel and I have picked out in Reddington feels more like a stately manor. Once we've finished unpacking and getting everything up, I'll insist on making an exception to your reclusive lifestyle to come share a meal and admire a Southwest somewhat less impressive but much more personal view of the town. Thanks again for the card, Mary. That's all in blue, which is interesting. We're returning east and should arrive on Tuesday. If coast is not clear, lower the SD to warn us. Oh, the satellite dish, maybe. Okay. Interesting. We got pictures of those. And nothing else really of note in here? Okay. Okay, that got us a letter, which is nice. Like I said, those have, of late, had very interesting little tidbits of info in there. And a key. Alright, let's head north. Do hallway. I think we're too high up for secret garden. No, perfect. Okay. Grab ourselves some steps. No other dig spots, it looks like, and we're in the west. So let's do the east doorway for the antechamber, just in case we get that throne room. If we get that throne room, we're sitting at 3 gems right now, so we'll see. Oh, I did one too many. What am I doing? That's what happens when I just start talking. Alright, but if we get the throne room, if we get enough gems, we can grab the crown, hopefully, from the antechamber. Like I said, see if we can interact with it. Such a shame it takes so long for things to line up. Alright, we just gotta swap the last one over. Excellent. Pop that. And if we get the throne room, we'll have the moon door ready to be opened up anyways. We are getting kind of low on steps again. I am paying attention this time. Let's see here. Do we want to do casino? We don't really have enough gold, so let's do observatory. Even though it's going to blow another gem. No vault key. Okay, that would have been nice earlier. But the flowers should help us spawn some of those gem flowers throughout the house, so that might help us with the gem problem. Wines. Oh, but then we're going to be blocked off. Can we rotate any of these to make it fit? I don't think so. Wine cellar it is. Even though that kind of cuts off. Let's see. What else could we do? Coin. Oh, we do have showroom. So if we can get weight room or... What else? Oh, do we have a broken lever today? We do not. I was going to say the greenhouse is an option too for the south. But... Oh, an apple. Perfect. Thank you, Secret Garden. We got plenty of keys, but I don't want to waste them on the lockers because they're seldom really worth it. Let's head this way. We do have enough gems to, if we get the throne room, we can at least pop it open. But then we kind of have to cross our fingers. Oh, none of these are great options, are they? At least for getting the rest of these rooms. I suppose we'll do dark room and risk it. For the biscuit? Let's see. What are you going to give me? Is there anything in here worth 5? No. Okay, let's do whatever's not worth a gem. Okay. Not the pole that I wanted. That's okay. We can still head south to the cloister. Sorry. Alright. Once again, a few more dead ends. I guess our real only option is Fourier, but that's going to take gems from us. Let's do attic, because like I said, maybe we'll get a vault key. That's kind of the default now, looking like we won't be getting that crown this run. Okay. Broken lever, that's great. Key, totally needed it. Thank you. Don't think we're going to get that vault key. Yeah, it doesn't look like it. A lot of generic items. Alright, in that case, I guess we could see if we can't wrap around, though we're very low on steps, so even if we do get... There's a key or something somewhere. Well, let's not go in and out, keep wasting my steps. Grab a banana. Yeah, we'll head this way. Let's grab 1 or 2 gems. Should cover our butts. Yeah, we are getting low on steps. Oh, but these scattered fruits are helping a little bit. Alright, let's head north. Do we have boiler room? I think that's all we have. Oh, laboratory 2, so that'll be 2. Security. So that's not a bad poll. Let's do Mechanicum. Yeah, interesting. And that will be the side, which is blocked off. But this one, so is this going to be the opposite side? Oh no, it's an item. Okay. So item. I guess we'll do breakfast nook. That'll help with the steps problem. And at the very least, if we get a morning pool. Okay, lockpick, that's neat. If we get a morning room pool, that might help. At least with tomorrow's run. So far, it's looking so-so. I guess, do I have anything that we want to keep for tomorrow? Let's just do hallway closet and see if we get anything good. A dice and a sleeping mask. A sleeping mask could help with a bedroom, but we're already kind of running out of rooms to want steps anyways. Do I want to double down on foyer? Or do we want to redraw? Let's redraw, because I was going to say sauna might be nice too. Mail room might be the way to go. Drat. Okay. Well, let's set up a package for tomorrow. And while we're here, we should have gotten a few new letters. Okay, so we did read this one already, but let's see. As I've been running out of ideas of my own, yesterday I asked Kirk Darren if he had any additional security advice I could pass on my surprise. He gave me an envelope and directed me to include it. My next correspondence to you. Oh no, we've read that one already. Before I return, but your father... Yes, we read that one already, so we have one more. So if you do end up accessing the admin controls of Blackbird Spider, I'm sure you know the sealed circular door to the left of the terminal. As you likely have already included yourself, the door can only be opened if the 3 different microchips are inserted in the central pedestal. This we know. Normally, all 3 microchips are kept secured in 3 other locations, but I decided to make it easy for you and have left one of the microchips in the grotto for ready access. However, you will have to find a new clue or 2 to find the others. Okay, so we already have the microchips, but I guess one of the microchip clues would have been in the new clue. Oh, that's from Dad. We read that one already. Drat. Okay. Well, just double checking. We still have the monk. We do have the monk for 1 day. What room do we want to end in? That might be useful. The attic actually might be the best way to go for that. So let's do that. In this instance, or the vault, but I feel like the vault, we've been running into a dead end as we keep trying to hit that. So let's do attic, because then we'll at least start the next day with a whole bunch of items. I want to find wherever... Oh, it's right there. Okay. I was going to say if it kept going off, it was going to bother me if I never found it. Alright, so let's end the day in here, because we have the monk blessing, which will let us bring up the attic outside. And we're going to do one more run, because I feel like these last few runs have been uneventful. Although I am just kind of running around, there are more, what do you call it? Proper strategies, I suppose, I could be enacting, but at the end of the day, it is a little bit of RNG. Alright, we got ourselves our package. Okay, extra gems, which is useful because we did not get a morning room yesterday like we usually do. We'll grab our allowance and we'll run outside here to the side shack. Now, if we get a trading post, I will be tempted to do that. What items do we have? Metal detector, excellent. Because we did start with 2 items thanks to the necklace. However, I was hoping for maybe something more useful than a magnifying glass. But a metal detector I will take. Let's hit this. Hovel shelter, so it's definitely going to be addict. And hope for some useful things. Oh, we don't have... key... Do we have a sledgehammer? Yes, we do. Like I said, just like last time, before I waste a key on the chest, let's check for a sledgehammer. Secret Garden is cool, but like I said, was really kind of hoping for a bloody vault key, which I have found in here before. Now, see, now I'm starting to wonder. I know the vault keys are, like, somewhat rare spawns, but I wonder if they only spawn 1 per room. Like, you know, each room will not necessarily have a guarantee that there'll be a vault key in there, but for example, I know I found one in the security room before. But I believe I've used that one to unlock one of the deposit boxes. Let's see. Oh yeah, going back to the grotto, that's right. Now that we actually remember the bloody password. It should be Jonas with a big S. And we'll see if we can't get anything from here, especially now that the satellite is back open. Let's see if we make a fool of ourselves. Is it big S? Okay, hang on. S. Okay. And then big S. Oh my goodness. Okay, what am I doing wrong here? Okay, let me look back at my notes. I'm actually find it this time. Like I said, my mind does not latch on to certain things when they should be. I just looked at it too, but I went right over it. Oh, you know what? We used ands before, I think. It's first name and then last name. Or last name, then first name. First forward, last. There we go. Okay. That's the order for it. Network settings. The admin key does not have. Oh, that's right. We need a specific one, though. Who has personal access? Okay, Tom K. That's right. We can do him. So let's exit. Let's re-enter. Okay. There we go. There we go. Okay, network settings. Electronic mail settings, which I think we've already... Yeah, we've turned everything on. Inbound and outbound permissions and offsite communications with Synca are fully functional. Okay. So we have all those on. Terminal timeout settings. Timeout setting controls how long a computer terminal stays connected to the network without disconnecting from the server. Default setting immediate requires a new connection each time the user attempts to log into the network. So do we not want it to time out? I assume. That might be useful. Let's confirm. So let's just make it not timeout, so we don't have to log in each time, I suppose. Admin logs. Okay, I think we've already read through all this. Yes, Blackbridge. Admin created. Yes. Temporary access to the mainframe has been restored. Temporary access. Okay, I think we've already gone through all this. Okay. And then data files. Import trophy data? Oh, no. Okay. We don't have any other save files. So this is all for saves. So nothing else terribly... That's it, right? And then... Okay, let's do... So what does the intermediate thing do for us? So nothing else terribly informational in here. Oop. So this is the last thing. Changing the guard and preparation for time's arrival. Inbound and outbound messages as well as offline connections from outside the state have been disabled. So yeah, we've already activated everything here. Even with the satellite dish, it doesn't look like there's anything new going on with that. But at least I bloody remembered the password. I haven't just had to, find the notes. Alright. Oh, we didn't even go. We went straight to the thing. No, we did. We did go to the attic. Like I said, oh my goodness, short-term memory. All right. Miracle we've gotten this far. Let's do den. Getting a little scatterbrained. We do have a sledgehammer this run. I think this will be the last run. Let's pop Solarium, because I'm fishing for that throne room or something. We don't have a shovel. Yeah, we don't have a shovel today. No additional items. But the Solarium might help us get some interesting rooms. Do we want to do a study? I'm at Secret Passage. Let's just redraw. Why not? The kennel. Oh, let's get that set. I haven't checked for new files in the laboratory. We do have all the privileges now because of the Black Bridge. I haven't checked for... Ooh, a key. I haven't checked for new emails and stuff like that, which I do think I need to actually make the effort to do here. So laboratory is going to be a stop. I think we've already checked everything in the office. Ooh. I was going to block off that room. I think so. We'll go and pop open a vault. Like I said, just on the off chance. Even though I feel like it's, at this point, just a waste of gems. But you are right, Ralphine. I don't think I've gone through the laboratory again since. Let's do gallery and grab that key, because we come across a locked door. That might help us out with the basement. And we get our gems back. Let's do another den. Let's head north ever so further. Special key. So let's do key 8. Okay, so does it have to be... Does it have to be in row 8, maybe? Has to be in a certain spot. We'll do drawing rooms to maybe let us do secret garden. Or does it have to be at the end of the house? Let's get our gem back. Let's try 8 over here. No. Okay. No items. Oh, I don't have a shovel today. So used to having a shovel. I'm going to pop open this side. And so the key of 8 doesn't unlock just any door. I mean, we kind of knew that, but what door would it unlock? Because it didn't have any interactions with the stuff in the basement. We'll do security. Yeah, no items. Drat, no nothing. Let's double check the security computer while we're here. Anything we missed? A lot of fruit, but we just spawned that. Log into network. Alright, see, I remember that one every time. But let's see here. Do we have any new emails? Electronic mail. I think this is the oldest, right? Okay, sorry. So, Mr. Baron, if you have any more of those red and blue memo sheets, the Baron has requested a handful of each for a new project he's working on the clock tower. For my part, I can't understand for the life of me why you would. Okay, so that we already know. So I think we already know all that. Data transfers, glossary. Glossary of terms. Ooh. Have we found a black print yet? Ancient floor films from eras long past, excavated from depths of history. These floor prints lack the colored. We've had access to that already, but just looking at that again. Data transfers. To view available data packets. Okay. Packet 1, advanced experiments, a collection of lab experiments designed for experienced technicians. Let's download that. Is that only to this computer then? Or is it the lab? I will find out. Maybe we should have done that in the lab. 8 new experimental triggers, 8 new experimental effects. Ooh, okay. Anything else? Okay, nothing else available at this time, so maybe we can do it once a day, or, like I said, we'll check out the lab and see if that's something we can do there as well. Are we gonna waste a gem and money? Yes, we are. Let's see if we can't get ourselves a vault key. Come on, big money. Here's hoping. Okay, I guess a silver key's cool. Not what I wanted, but alas. Alright, we'll head north from here. Let's try a key of 8 on the edge of the house? No, okay. Let's use a regular key. Alright, I should have probably tried the lockpick. That would have been smart. Let's do commissary, because we might be able to buy some gems, which should help us out. Looks like there are some gems for sale. Let's buy a few of those. I will take a shovel. And 1 key for 10, and let's cover our butts. Let's dig this up real quick. And keep heading, I guess, west. I'm gonna try the key of 8 on every door. Like I said, I'm probably just not thinking through it, but, you know. Ooh, dining room might be nice. Since we're not low on steps, but definitely not stacked at the moment. So this is row 8, so let's try it now. Okay, excellent. Oh. And dinner's ready. Ooh, okay. Oh, okay, we have to match the sins. I like that, maybe. What do we got going on here? The sum of my sin, as it is penned, is a number within the room we are in. So maybe wrath, like 8 is hate, you know what I mean? Okay, let's see. To first begin, place me within a sin, with an N within its sin. So envy, gluttony, with an N in its sin. So that could be 3 options, but let's see. To first begin, place me within, well, I think it's specific animals too. Not necessarily, huh? I recommend you think again if I'm ever in a bin far from the fin. Okay, so it should be one of those 3. The bin I tend to wind up in is near the bend in the tail of the skin. So hubris, maybe? So let's try putting hubris here. I recommend... Can I pick them back up? I can, thank goodness. I recommend you think again if I'm ever in a bin far from the fin. So let's put this one directly below the fin for envy. If we spend a minute or 10 lounging in the den, you'll know which bin I'm often in. Okay. I don't necessarily want to waste 10 minutes in the bin, but I'm in the den. Mundanity. Hang on, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, I was gonna say I don't remember that being one of the sins. Mundanity. Okay. To be boring, to be mundane. You won't find my bin in between sin, for I deserve to be in a bin on the end. So maybe he's to be mundane? I share a trend with my neighbor's sin. A letter and its twin appear on each bin. A letter and its twin. My first thought goes to like U and W. But maybe just matching letters. What do you say? To my chagrin, my neighbor's sin is written thin to fit it all in. To my chagrin, my neighbor's sin is written thin to fit it all in. So that's a long word, so maybe it could be maybe avarice. Because then that's a big old word, right? Could be gluttony too. But actually, yeah, it's thin. So maybe it's sloth. The sum of my sin is as it is penned. It's a number within the room we are in. I'm thinking 8. Yeah, like hate. 8. Let's put you there. To first begin, place me within a bin with an N within its sin. So maybe gluttony, which kind of makes sense for a lion. And then we have, if we spend a minute or 10 lounging, a min or 10, min or 10, lounging in the den, you'll know which bin I'm often in. I share a trend with my neighbor's sin, a letter, so this one has to be next to something. Let's see, lust. I'm still thinking U and W, maybe. Or, well, actually, it might be sloth then, because then they both share an L. That one has an L, but those are the only 2 L's that are next to each other. And then the bear might be lust. Okay, well, we're clearly wrong. But, okay, so the bin I tend to wind up in is near the bend in the tail of the skin. So I'm positive that one's correct. And this one is far from the fin, so I mean, it could be one of these 2, but I feel like it's the one directly below it. A minute or 10 in the den. So do we need to go hang out in there? If we spend a min or 10 lounging in the den, you'll know which bin I'm often in. I mean, let's pop down to the den real fast, I guess. Just to maybe look around, see if we can't figure out what that clue's trying to mean. Like I said, it could just be a wordplay thing, or there might be an actual clue somewhere in the den. So let's go pop down there. I don't want to wait 10 minutes in there, but let's have a look around. See, I think the swan in that case too, but what could it possibly be? Well, actually, if you're spending a minute or 10, maybe sloth. I also still feel like that opens up somehow. I don't think I've realized that there was those spaces on the clocks before. And so that's, what's that? 9:15 and 11:05 or 1:50. So 9:15 and 1:55. 9:15. Interesting. Can't interact with the clocks. The only thing I can think of is the bear being lust, or if you're just hanging out in the den, maybe sloth. But then we might have to move around what sloth is. Because I figured there'd be more clues to like which sin it is rather than like just its positioning. Similar to the clock puzzle, it's more so about the riddle itself and what you actually might be seeing. So do I have to wait for maybe the clocks to line up with those symbols? I mean, we're almost at least to this second one as if it's 11:05, so we'll give that a shot. We'll wait a little longer and see if it opens anything up for us. Might as well open this up. We'll do corridor. That works for me. give it a second. A rather long second. I don't want to just stare at the clock for an actual minute or 10. We'll come back in a moment. Although maybe we have to wait in here, or else it doesn't trigger. Same deal. Maybe that actually opens up, because I feel like that has to be something, right? I've always been staring at that ever since we started this game. And I also can't believe I never noticed. Maybe I did notice, but it left my mind. But like the little symbols, the little arrows, pointing to certain times, or at least certain positions, because it's kind of hard to tell which one's the hour, which one's the minute. But we'll wait just a moment. In the meantime, what's your guys' favorite deadly sin, I suppose, since we're doing the 7 deadly sins, well, 8 deadly sins puzzles, considering that there's, to be mundane. Oh, come on, we're almost there. I think my favorite deadly sin that's always characterized in literature and stuff is probably envy, because you often see envy being one of the most destructive things, like in terms of like character arcs and stuff like that. Okay, so we're there. Nothing seems to be happening. So maybe that hour has to be over there, which I'm not gonna wait that long for. If playing games counts as sloth, that's probably your favorite sin. That is very valid. I would say it depends on the game. This one, for example, this might just be me being biased, but I don't feel like this is sloth, because it's at least challenging. It makes you think. It challenges your brain. But let's say the bear is sloth. To first begin, place me within an N. So the only other thing I can think of, those don't have use either. So would it be sloth? And same deal, that could be gluttony as well. Those are the only 2 ones with matching. Yeah, besides from like A and stuff like that, but those have a letter in the same spot, so that it has to be sloth. With an N within its sin. So I think these 2 are correct. Oh, I think the rabbit's correct. An N within its sin. What else has it? So maybe envy. But to think again if it's ever far from the bin, so maybe. No, we don't want to place him there. A min or 10. A minute or 10. I'm trying to think if it's like proper wordplay. Let's see. With an N with envy, so let's put the line over here. You're probably back over there. The bear, if we spend a min or 10. A min or 10. A minute or 10. A min or 10. I'm not sure. Well, the goose has got to be, or the swan has got to be over here somewhere. But N for envy makes sense. Hubris right at the tail. And then lust, which I guess a swan is a pretty good symbol of lust. And a bear wouldn't be the worst symbol of gluttony either. Okay, still not the answer we're looking for, apparently. But I know the rabbit's might be in the right spot. Let's try. Actually, the bear might be sloth. Let's swap these 2. Let's put the bear in sloth. Let's put the rabbit with gluttony, which also checks out, actually. Okay. We know the rabbit is in one of these 2 spots, because these are the only 2 that have like the twin dual letter with an L in the second position. Let's see. Is that a penguin? The sum of my sin is as it is penned, is a number within the room we are in. So I'm still thinking that's like hate, 8, wrath, right? The only other thing I can think of is, but nothing else is really a number or close to a number, right? With an N for envy. That makes the most sense to me. So what ones could be wrong? So I feel confident on the wrath. I feel confident on the monkey. I feel confident on the N. Ever far from the fin. So you're not far from the fin. And then, to my chagrin, my neighbor's bin is written thin to fit it all in. Which I'm still thinking to be mundane, but it could be gluttony too, which would be funny. Which, let's try that. Because it would be funny if it's gluttony. And if we spend a minute or 10 lodging in the den, you'll know which bin I'm often in. To be mundane, maybe? Let's see. You won't find my bin in between sin, for I deserve to be. So I mean, that's... Because that is technically in the middle, isn't it? Let's just try swap... Oh, I guess we didn't swap it out. That doesn't seem to be right either. If we spend a minute or 10 lounging in the den. You'll know which bin I'm often in. Minute or 10. Let's try swapping those two real fast, just because. Okay. Didn't think so. I'm pretty sure the dog is on this end. The monkey is definitely on this end. The bend I tend to wind up in is near the bend in the tail of the skin. So, right there, envy. Place me within a bin with an N within its sin. I would think envy. I don't think it's being super literal. I think it's a wordplay thing. Plus, I mean, it's that or to be mundane. But envy, that's a better clue. But maybe I'm overthinking it. This one can't be far from the fin, so it's gotta be there. And same deal, the number 8 for hate, which is wrath. The rabbit has gotta be gluttony or sloth, because I share a trend with my neighbor's bin. A letter and its twin. A letter and its twin appear on each bin. And its twin. So is it 2 letters, maybe? Maybe it is avarice, because like 2 A's. A letter and its twin appear on each bin. Ooh. Okay, hang on. Because maybe it isn't the double L. Maybe it's that each of these have 2... Like this has AA, and that has NN. So we could try that. And then the bear would go on gluttony. No. Okay. Drat. Alright, guys. Any ideas? Or any inklings? I don't think we'd swap these two. I do feel like mundane is written thinner than everything else, right? Or am I losing my mind? Gluttony is also written a little thinner too, I feel. So it could be either one of those. Let's swap these two. Even though I think we're just going back to what I originally had. Well, drat. Okay. The bin I tend to wind up in is near tail. It's near, so it's not necessarily next to it, but I feel like it's gotta be. So that's gotta be in the right spot. Envy, I feel like, is in the right spot. Gluttony. So yeah, like 8 hate for wrath, but can this be anything else? The sum of my sin, as it is penned, is a number within the room we are in. The sum of my sins, like the worth of it. That's 8, but it's also infinity. Infinite. A lot of these are infinite. Infinity. Avarice. I'm still feeling the rabbit twin idea. I think I'm right on that, so I think we're gonna go over here. And I'm very confident that these 3 are right. I'm confident that these 2 are right, so I feel like these 3 are the ones I'm screwing up. So, we've already put the elephant there, so let's try swapping these 3 around and seeing what we come up with. Ahaha! Something moved. What moved? Oh, right there, I was gonna say. What moved and where? Okay, we got some allowance. That's nice. I thought, though, that we were supposed to have a key in here. The 8 trophy. For solving the puzzle room in room 8 on rank 8, trophies will be permanently added to the room. Oh. I could have swore that this was for the key to the basement. Oh. Okay. Unless I'm missing it and it is somewhere in here, I just don't see it. Let's look around, make sure we're not missing it. Well, drat. Yeah, it doesn't look like it's in here. Did I mistake it? Or it said it was behind the door, so maybe we have to open this up? We will do... Do we want to do the Duff Coat, or do we want to do... Let's do Observatory. Might get some bonuses from that. I'm happy we solved this, and we got another trophy, but... I thought, that we were aiming for another key to the antechambers down below. I don't see any other keys in here either. Well, that means... Drat. We're still 2 keys down then. I thought the last one was in the vault, and it looks like we might still have to find another one. Excellent. Alright, let's press on. We're getting a little far out here. Let's do music room, because there is sometimes... not this time. We got car keys. And there's sometimes in the car keys... Sorry, in the car box, there's sometimes a vault key, is what I was going to say, in the music room. Sometimes there's a vault key. We did open up this east side, so let's do dark room. Beautiful. We don't have a quest bedroom or anything today, so let's start heading back through the house. Really? It's not in here. I could have... Okay, it said through the last room of 8, so... Do we want to do den? Let's do den. That seems like the best option, so we don't get a dead end. Alright, I guess we'll do armory. We have the money for it. We'll grab ourselves a torch, just in case. And we'll grab ourselves a shield. drafting studio is the ticket. That is what we want to do, I think. Because we can just head back south to the corridor, but we want to grab ourselves a new room, most certainly. Oh, okay, so we only have 2 new options. I guess we'll do... Vestibule seems like it might kind of suck. But I think we'll... No, let's do classroom, actually. Yeah, we'll do classroom. That way we don't have to unlock it with the schoolroom outside. And then I guess we'll head back to... No, dining room. The drawing room's locked up. And then we can head through corridor. Well, we did solve the 8 room puzzle, but I thought our key was going to be in there, so kind of sucks that it wasn't. Throne room is what we want. So let's go ahead and open up the moon door. Excellent. Let's run and grab our crown and see if we can't interact with it. Like I said, the stream ran a little longer than I wanted to, but I feel like I'm always saying that. Because I feel like I always have to get through that one last day just to see if something can't happen. Which, I meant, today has been... When I say today, I meant in the game. But it's been better than the previous. We at least solved the room 8 puzzle, which I did like. I do love coming across new puzzles. I just thought the bloody key was going to be in there. No, yeah, it's going to be through room 8. Unless I'm missing it, which I will be upset about against myself. If it's somewhere in there, I'm just not seeing it. But let's head in here. Room 48. Grab ourselves our crown. And with that, see if we can't use the blue crown to interact with the throne room somehow. Because, well, the red crown didn't seem to do anything. The paper crown, that is. So let us check if the blue crown lets us interact with the throne room anyhow. Because it says reclaim your crown, so maybe there's something we can do. I have to keep going south. Maybe there's something we can interact with in there. We did already get the key from there for down below. Let's see. Nothing. Okay, nada. Interesting. Yes, reset with fresh cut sapphires. The first time you draw a red room. Okay. Reclaim the crown. Oh, like if maybe if I use it, it comes back here? Is that what it means? I thought it'd be more impactful than that, but that's okay. I guess we'll do classroom. We'll push on, and I think today will be the final day, because we are edging on to almost 3 hours now. We definitely want to hit Treasure Trove. Because we want to keep stacking up the gold we can get. We're almost out of steps. Yeah, we can hit Breakfast Nook. Pop off on steps, and get us the morning room, which might draft in for today, which will be a good setup for tomorrow. For next stream. Oh, can't use basement key. Let's just use... Oh, I should have done lockpick first, but alas. Ooh, let's do garage on the off chance. Did we do a vault today? We have not. Oh, no, we did. I was going to say. I could have sworn we've been doing a vault every single day. But there could be a vault key in here. There is not. But at the very least, we could try. And then where are you supposedly at? Way over there. Okay. And usually that's just golden treasure, which is nice, but at the same time, kind of would rather have something more useful. We don't need to do that. Let's use Night Shield. And we'll do weight room. Oh, we don't need to do that today. Because we already got in there. We'll do morning room. Okay. Nothing there. So we got our crown. You can't interact with the throne room with the crown. Do we want to do... Let's do foyer, I guess. Oh, we can do aquarium. That'll be fine. So now we have to cross our fingers and maybe hope for a vault key for something more productive to happen today, aside from room 8, which was cool, but I was hoping for a little more. I do believe there's been a vault key in the clock tower as well, so I should probably hit that up. Excellent. Alright, let's head into here. I got plenty of keys. I don't need more than block picks. Do we want to do gems or do we want to do showroom? I'm kind of feeling the showroom. Because we got plenty of money. Master key would be cool. I was hoping for the moon necklace. But let's grab that because we're low on gems. And I guess we'll keep 30 gold to ourselves. Drat. Okay. Neither of these are what we really want at the moment. Let's remove that. Do we get a new... Yes, we get a new fountain thing. So let's try closet. Okay, security card. Well, so far... Head back down... I guess all the way south, my goodness. And maybe cross our fingers if we get a key from one of those additional rooms. Corridor. We got the whole west side of the house to dig through, but it's not looking like we're gonna get... I thought this was gonna be the final key that we needed. It's looking like we're not gonna get... Oh, there we go, from all the secret garden. Either of the things we wanted to accomplish today. We did get the blue crown and we got the throne room, but I guess nothing happens with that. So we have to be on the lookout for at least maybe one more positive thing to go on today. Plenty of gold. I think we will risk the clock tower, because I do believe we found a vault key in here at one point in time. So we'll run up top real quick and check. If not, yeah, unfortunately no. But I do believe that we have a picture of that already, and the swan. That might be the next... I'm trying to think if we've done that one already. I think we might have. For the sigils, that is, in the basement. I think we already have that sliver. I guess passageway will be... Let's go close off these rooms to the north. You know what? That might be useful. Freezer. I mean, we're not really busting out any gem. The gems are free today, and we could have a bunch of gems and gold to start tomorrow. So, you know what? Let's just do that. So why not? We'll have all the keys and stuff that we need. And I don't think there was ever... Yeah, we've done all this already. I don't think there was ever a vault key. Here we have a prism key, which is kind of cool. That's really about it. Boiler room, not really. I guess cloister. That's less likely to be locked. Laboratory, we will hit up. Maybe try one of those new fancy experiments that we're able to get. We'll also packet management. This is to create your own custom packet of experiments, mixing and matching from all available experiments to create a custom packet. Select 8 or more. Let's see. Definitely immediately, because that's always useful. Next 3 times you open. What do you? Trash while digging is always useful. I feel like that one too. And then we'll do while drafting. If you draw a drafting floor plan, 8 or more. The first time you enter each room, I'll write 9. That's interesting. For every room you draft in the next 40 seconds. Also interesting. Each time you access a different terminal a day. I feel like that's useful. The next 10 times. Oh, that could stack easy, but also kind of ruin the run. What is a tomorrow room? Oh, no, it's the clock. That's right. Let's see. You know what? Let's do... I think each time... An upgraded floor planks. We got plenty of those. 1, 2, 3, 4. One more. And yeah, let's do that. Select the experimental effects. We do like a chest to the entry hall. We'd like a letter. Lockpicking skill will do. I haven't seen that one before. Remove a crate from the tunnel. We haven't seen that before. Permanently add 1 gold to our allowance. We like that. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I haven't seen that, or the crate from the tunnel is super interesting. Unseal 1 of the doors of the antechamber. That might be pretty useful. Set your steps to 40. Set your dice to 2. Let's say... Yeah, that's actually not bad. Pantry with fruit. And then 1 random. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Awesome sauce. Okay. That's quite useful. Next 40 seconds. Ooh, do we want letters or do we want gold? Let's do letters, because that will be clues, and we can get a bunch of them here shortly. Experiment started. Okay. Exit, please. Okay, let's pop open a couple doors here. We'll do a chapel. Yes, let's pop open a bunch of letters, because those have clues that we can hop on for this next time. Oh, that's a dead end. That's unfortunate. I guess we'll do servants' chair quarters. At least we got 2 free letters. But I don't think we can open up any more rooms. Drat, okay. That's the run. But yeah, the new experiments, that's actually something we can play around with next run too, because I kinda am curious by what it means, remove crates, because, I mean, I was curious about that. Let's take a look at that real quick as we speak about it. We still have, the monk is not still up, so we don't need to worry about that. But if we run down to the cliffside here, we have lit torches down in this little tunnel before. However, the whole tunnel is barricaded with crates. Now, I've been wondering if there's anything at the end of said tunnel, and apparently there is. That being said, there's a whole lot of crates in here. So we're gonna have to pair it with something that can, like I said, like the room thing that we can activate multiple times, like the next 40 seconds how many rooms you unlock, or, you know, for each what do you call it, step you take, or yada yada, something interesting. But with that, I think we're going to have to call it a day and a stream. I don't think I have anything else we can use, like down there or elsewhere. So I think we'll call it there. Kind of a slower day, unfortunately, in terms of, big finds. We did solve the room 8 puzzle, but I could have swore there should have been an antechamber key in there, but maybe I was mistaken, so we have to find it elsewhere. But regardless, we'll call it there. All right. Kind of a slower stream in terms of, uncovering things and big finds, but still, I think, very productive. I think our bonuses to now our laboratory are going to be huge, especially I want to start tackling removing those crates because that just seems interesting. And then same shtick. We fooled around with the throne room. It's not as exciting as I thought it would be, at least yet. I'm sure it'll be very important and impactful later. And then same deal. We're still fishing for those vault keys. Nothing yet. We'll get them soon enough. I feel like they never, if we get a vault, we don't get keys. If we get a key, we don't get a vault, yada yada. But we have some developments coming on. Room 8 was cool. I need to double check my notes, I suppose, because I thought the key was supposed to be in there, which means we're short 2 keys, because there's one in the vault, and there's one more that we're going to have to find. But regardless, thank you guys for joining me. I appreciate the company, the time, and, well, have a good rest of your week, and whether it be good morning, good afternoon, or good night, I'll see you later. Bye.